Compute derivative of u of t equals 5.1t squared plus 5.1 at t equals 3. We are looking for u prime of 3, which is the derivative of the function u of t at a specific value t equals 3. We will do this by using the definition of derivative f prime of a equals the limits at h go to 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a over h. But the function in this case is u with a equals 3. This is the specific value of the input that was given. And so u prime of 3 is now the limits at h go to 0 of u of 3 plus h minus u of 3 over h. Everything else is the same except we replace a with 3 and the function f with u. For this expression, it is always a good idea to evaluate both terms in the numerator first. We see that there is a u of 3. u of 3 is 5.1 times the input is now 3 squared plus 5.1. And u of 3 plus h is now 5.1 times 3 plus h squared plus 5.1. We will need to expand the u of 3 plus h. This is 5.1 times 3 squared plus 2 times 3 times h, where we use the identity. Remember the identity a plus b, the quantity squared is a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared plus h squared, close the parentheses, plus 5.1. This is 5.1 times 3 squared plus 5.1 times 6h plus 5.1 times h squared, and we bring down this 5.1. We now put these back into the limit formula. The limit is at h go to 0, but we replace u of 3 plus h with 5.1 times 3 squared plus 5.1 times 6 is 30.6, and then there's an h factor, plus 5.1 h squared, and then there is still a plus 5.1. This is u of 3 plus h minus, we then use the bracket after the minus side, but u of 3 is 5.1 times 3 squared plus 5.1. We need that bracket because we want to subtract this entire u of 3 from u of 3 plus h. In the denominator, we still have h. Then the reason why we did not simplify 5.1 times 3 squared, because we saw a 5.1 times 3 squared up there as well. And if we were to do this correctly, there is a good chance that we will cancel it out. 5.1 times 3 squared minus 5.1 times 3 squared canceled out. 5.1 minus 5.1 canceled out as well. And then the limits at h go to 0. In the numerator, we only factor out h. Inside of this is now 30.6 plus 5.1h, and then in the denominator, we still have h. If we do this correctly, we should be able to cancel out the factor h on top and bottom. This is the limits at h go to 0 of 30.6 plus 5.1h. We now evaluate this limit. 30.6 is a constant. It does not depend on h, so it stays. 5.1 times h, but at h go to 0, 5.1 times 0 is 5.1. And so we end up with 30.6. This is the derivative of the function at t equals 3. And so we conclude this by writing u prime of 3 equals 30.6.